When a 29-year-old American woman was told by her closest colleague at work that he was off to vote with my Maga hat and my big old flag, she initially thought it was a joke. "We've gone out with our other coworkers for happy hour. I invited him to my wedding next year. He confided in me about his mother's health, and overall we've built a great rapport. So I thought we saw eye to eye on everything," she wrote on an internet forum. Once she realized he was serious, she wasn't sure how to continue the working relationship. "I have this feeling in the pit of my stomach that I won't be able to look past his political leaning. I feel uncomfortable, and I'm not sure how to talk to him going forward." It's a conundrum felt by many American workers. According to a poll of 1,000 U.S. workers by software company Resume Now, 91% have witnessed or experienced political clashes in the workplace, and 81% of respondents said that workplace tensions have risen since Donald Trump was elected. Half of those polled said they now avoid collaborating with colleagues who hold opposing views. In recent months, the workplace has seen rising tensions, largely stemming from political divisions, says Keith Spencer, a career expert at Resume Now. He thinks increased polarization, 24/7 access to news and social media, and economic uncertainty are all fueling the problem. He points to some extreme examples of workplace politics affecting bosses' behavior. Last month, an employee at the Federal Emergency Management Agency was fired after allegedly telling a disaster relief team working in Florida after Hurricane Milton to avoid homes displaying election campaign signs supporting Trump. The conflict turned into open division, where workers felt forced to pick sides based on political affiliation, impacting their ability to do their jobs effectively, adds Spencer. There are also fears that Trump's anti-immigration stance has emboldened extremists, heightening tensions at work. A real estate agent was sacked last week after writing on a bill for a waiter at a Mexican restaurant in Ohio, "I hope Trump deports you." A GoFundMe fundraiser for the waiter had raised more than $22,000, £17,000, at the time of writing. Spencer believes workplace conflict will only deepen. This issue has gotten worse in recent weeks, and it's reasonable to assume that it could continue to worsen as more changes are made and new executive orders are issued, he says. It was the tech billionaires who joined the battle first, after Elon Musk and some of his allies endorsed Trump during the presidential race in defiance of the industry's wider liberal leanings. As Roger McNamee, a Silicon Valley venture capitalist, told the New York Times last summer, until a year or two ago, there was something like an omerta in Silicon Valley. People had fights all the time, and leaders would disagree, but you wouldn't disagree in public. Bickering in public has continued since, trickling through to the wider workforce. "Tell him you vehemently disagree with his support for Trump," one person advises the 29-year-old who feels awkward that her colleague backs Trump. Teachers have taken to social media to discuss tension in the staff room, saying that they are avoiding Trump-supporting colleagues or feeling shocked that some, such as the very nice art teacher who plays guitar, pulled out a Teachers for Trump t-shirt. Staff on both sides of the political divide described feeling sidelined at work. As one person writes on Reddit, "I have a boss who sends me pro-Trump videos via group text. My office work environment is Maga. I gave my opinion recently how I wasn't pro-Maga. Now I feel they are treating me differently." Yet, experiences can vary hugely from industry to industry. Many confess to living in a liberal bubble. Large American banks are not natural Trump supporters, says one bank executive. A science researcher and an artist agree. There is no political tension because they work in an echo chamber. Others say that in an environment of fear, things are kept deliberately apolitical. A government employee says everyone is just scared for their jobs, and so they keep the conversation civil. Attempts to censor conversation at work are not new. Politics has been an issue inside America's offices for years, although efforts from businesses to ban political chat has previously backfired. About a third of staff at American software company Basecamp resigned after it announced a ban on talking politics at work in 2021, mirroring the reaction from some workers at cryptocurrency startup Coinbase when it unveiled a similar ban a year earlier. The war in Gaza also led to deepening tensions between employees, forcing Google to change its internal message board, Memen, last year, after discussions grew so tense that people felt they were being bullied. In Silicon Valley, young adults facing rising anti-Semitism at work last year started meeting up with other professionals to discuss how to navigate hostile colleagues. American giants such as Google once urged staff to bring their whole selves to work. Now, bosses who fear they have a divided workforce are hoping that staff might keep a little more to themselves.